I got a question recently about my van and how I ended up in it, I thought I'd make a quick little video about how to find the best van. And I see this question asked a lot, and there is no answer to this. There is no specific answer to this. But I'm going to try and help you find the best van for you. So in doing that, I would say that you have to know what you're going to use the van for. Like, what type of lifestyle. Are you going to be boondocking out in the woods somewhere or at campgrounds, or are you going to be stealth camping in an urban environment? You have to know what you're going to do a majority of the time to know what kind of setup you need and what van is best for you. So if you're going to be stealth camping in an urban environment, something that's bigger, bulkier, that has an AC out the back window and a generator and all in the back, and the vents on the top and the solar panels and all this extra stuff that's obvious that it's like an RV or Class B, may not be the best thing in an urban environment. Some people can pull it off because they paint the sides of the solar panels, or they cover the generators and stuff a certain way, and you can do that, but you have to have that in mind. It's another thing to think about. If you're boondocking, you have to know that you're going to need space for water storage, space for the generator or the solar panels. You have to think about that. So what are you using the van for is the first question. And then after that, when you're looking for vans, one of the top things, and I think is the most important, is the mechanical side of the van. You do want something that looks nice. You don't want to be looking bummy. I mean, unless you don't mind it, or you can fix it, you can paint it or whatever like that. You don't mind that. But, so you want something that looks decent on the outside, not too fancy, but decent, especially if you're going to do, like, stealth camping in certain places. You don't want it to be too fancy to get robbed. But, you do want it to be, a little appealing, for yourself. But the mechanical side of it is the most important thing. I would look at definitely the mileage. You don't want something with a lot of miles. I had no choice, and I'm over 200,000 miles right now. But you don't want something with a lot of miles. I would be satisfied with 150,000, but if I could go lower than that, that would be amazing. If I went around like 100,000 miles, that'd be cool, and even lower is better. But and it just depends on your price range too. So you have to really look and see and do some research on the mileage with your price range, what you should expect. But you don't want something with a lot of miles, 180 or more. You really don't want that unless you have to. It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do if you want a van. So that part of the mechanical side of it. Also, it's, people say get a mechanic to go with you to check the van out, but that costs money. And I know in my situation, I couldn't do that. I did know some mechanics, but they had jobs and stuff too. So it's hard to get someone to go with you unless you know somebody that knows mechanical stuff and how cars work and things like that. Take them with you if you can. If not, some things to look at when you go and check out a new vehicle are the tires, the tread on the tires. You at least need them to get you around and stuff once you buy the van. And tires are important, and I would say to get some new tires if the tires that are on there are pretty bad. That would be a first thing to do. Hold on a second. Let me plug this in. Alright, so yeah. So check out the tires and the tread wear and see if they're dry rotted and all that stuff. I would check out and see if anything's leaking. Ask about any leakage. You don't want it leaking. Ask about and look at, first of all, start it up. See how it sounds when it runs, if there's any knocking or rattling or anything like that. While it's running, open up the hood and look under it, see if anything's flopping around or hitting anything else. And then also look for leakage at that point too. Of course, you want to drive it around, even if it's just around the parking lot, or get them to drive you around if they're not comfortable with that. You want to see how it handles, because my RV was very loose and I did not like that at all. But I love the van and how, I drive the van. So you want to be able to drive it and see how that works, see how the brake is, if the brakes are bad or not, if they're squeaking, if it's loose, stuff you want to see, all that. And again, it's your price range, and if it's decent in your price range, some of that stuff's not too bad to fix. You can get some new brakes put on, that type of thing, but, do your best, just look it over, look under it, and that type of a thing. If anything, you're showing them that you're checking it out, even if you have no idea what you're doing, you're showing them that you're looking at it, and then ask them some questions, and see how they answer them. Even if you have no idea what they're talking about, you know, act like you do, and they'll see that you know a little bit of something, so they're not going to try and screw you over too much, you know. But you can notice pretty much. You don't want something with a lot of rust underneath on the doors. I have a little rust, but not a whole lot. You don't want something that's rusting out the floor, so that's a lot of work. You don't want rust up top around the roof, because then that's leaks. So look for that. Ask them about any like water leakage. Ask them about leaking underneath the van. Ask them about you know, when was the last time you had an oil change, tune up, because if not, you want to get a full tune up, you know, all this stuff. So there's questions and things like this that you can find online, which I had looked up when I first got my RV, of a checklist of things to ask or to look for before you purchase. So Google some of that stuff and see if you can find a checklist on those. And if anyone else has any suggestions, comment it below, and maybe it'll help somebody out in the future. And then the last thing is, like, how do you find the van? So some sources to find used vans. I mean, if you got the money, you go buy whatever you want to buy at a car lot or something, but I didn't have the money, and I don't have a lot of money, so of course the number one would be Craigslist. I love Craigslist. Craigslist is a great place. You can barter and all kind of stuff on there. So I would definitely look at Craigslist. Just keep your eye on it. Don't jump on the first one. You can go see it if you want, but don't jump on the first one. Go see a few of them. You know, check out a few of them, or watch for a few months on Craigslist, because there will be a good one that pops up there eventually, and you want to jump on that one. But check out that. There's also like Auto Trader or like Car Guru or something like that. There's other sites like that that you can look at used vehicles, but usually those are a bit more expensive than my price range. That's why I like Craigslist. There's also newspapers. Go look in the newspaper. You don't even have to buy it. Just look at it in the store if you want. They have like message boards on there for sale things. Drive around your town or the town over. If like my city I was in is surrounded by the country, so when I was in the country, it was a good place to look because it was usually cheaper than stuff that's in the city. So go to those used car dealerships, or just drive around, see if you see any cars or vans that have for sale signs in the windows, and look at those. That's a good thing to do. And also Facebook. Facebook has groups now that has like the yard sales for your different cities and towns, and you can post on there that you're looking for vans or whatever. And you can also go to the search bar that's in the top right corner of those pages and type in like van or something like that and hit search, and it'll pull up people who have vans and stuff for sale that they've posted. So that's another place to look. And also you can like message directly to those people with your questions and things before you even go see it. So that's another option to check out. Again, if anyone else have any other suggestions and things, comment those below, because this will help people out in the future. It will help me out too, because I'm going to be searching for a new one eventually, I know. So yeah, I hope this video helps someone out there, just get you a little bit further along on this journey. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, you should subscribe. I can't talk a lot, but if you do subscribe, I promise my videos will continue to get better. I like to help people and inspire people through my journey, through doing. So I'm sweating here because I can't have my AC on right now. But yeah, hope you're doing well. Continue to shine on. Like, subscribe, comment below, message me if you want. I'm trying to meet up with some people, so if you know of any meetups or caravanning and stuff going on around Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Southern California, let me know. Even Nevada, I'm into that type of thing. I haven't met anybody yet, and I would love to. But yeah, again, thank you for sticking around with me, and I will see you in the next video.